mada pajani. Oh, mada pajani. Kennedy, where she knew Biara. Asante Force, Kennedy. Atim Force, Kennedy. Well, Force, Kennedy. Ezima Force, Kennedy. Apiapin Force, Kennedy. Ayubu Force, Kennedy. Enkra Force, Kennedy. Mente Force, Kennedy. Pana Force, Kennedy. Choko Force, Kennedy. Dagoma Force, Kennedy. Kongoma Force, Kennedy. Guruma Force, Mam Prisi Force, Basa Force, Kanjaga Force, Infante Force, Wasa Force, Sergi Force.
All right, abusuan for ye mobi biach ene anope e mamu nyina fihia pa se onyankopon kwa ambasa ye adom wa mana ye ne pe ne bre se ene nso ye wonkwa na ye tiase na yetumi abetena se aye bedi nkomo e de afa oman Ghana empuntu ho na afi MPP amonyuko ne kankro ho na yatena se die na wonim dada se ye yera Kennedy ohine Japan ne ho nsempa e na ye de bro ene memene da anopay ewo Globe TV so and afi Get Connected TV ewo YouTube so mesro so be call YouTube page no so Get Connected ewo YouTube na afi wa share dia amamfo a sa bere wususu se bibi nti wonya kwan entra won TV ho na wonhwe bi nti monhye ema adofo dodo no a enya bi enhwe no wasere onua bi nso no subscribe on subscribe nso ana wa ankasa nso wa subscribe say de be ya ye trans da bi ada na wuni fia behwe no TV so a wanya bi ahwe ewo phone no so free say o subscribe pe ebre be ban from life say no na wanya notification no na chese wonso wanya kwanya na wabasu ebi misra wodo comment no ebe ko ye YouTube page no so ehonom na wodo message no ebe fa ede aba Get Connected TV oko message section honom a na chese wa type wasem dia fa Kennedy ohine Japan ho de enti etwa se delegate agino tumu na woto aba ede ma no se de ebe ya obetu franka ede ama NPP amonyuko no midin at the chairman apiaji ha Globe TV and Get Connected TV ewo YouTube anopay yewra kojo dankwa atenase meneno ba bedi nkomo nim se Saturday anopa de ye ba ya na eye nkomobo yedi nkomo so ahu na yehwe street no so the course because street ni nyina president any KK dankwa enti obasa no a na the course street no so fa Kennedy ohine Japan ho no obeka chairman no mienu delegate Adwoa ye na yetimi asigina ya ebetumi Adwoa Ghana kankro na afi Adwoa oman empunchuo ene ye behwe sesese baabi abedu so oman Ghana no ye hia just a politician and now say ye hia a politician who is a businessman, and that is what we are asking this morning. So we are delegate now Chemia Dr. Gideon Boakun wo yemrashe bedwani is it Tano North or Tano South? North. Or the Nsembia Tudwa Aba Atre Onwa nkasa se ni ohun se obi nipa etwa so be president wo Ghana wo di ni susudua the table of content e de ato honom enti yenso so ye be fa the table of content no ye busa ne se so ni susudua na wo de ato honom no saa na Ghana fo ye hu no saa na twa se eye saa na wo se ye fa no anase saa na wo se ye mampani enti we will dissect and digest into his table of content of his preferable person to lead this country as the president enti eno ye bedi ho enkomo afeyera Kennedy ohine Japan na probo de wo Ashanti region ene said the nipa bumfumpa ehia no ene niso ade hunu enye asem ketwa na unse ofrin kran ana oba Ashanti region enti said the enra me share mo bono okohia akro wofo ense bi ode tu dwa eno mema wa hu ni nyina ebi wo Get Connected show dwumadi so ene memenda anopay before see ebe free dwumadi na so mama yera keke dankwa kwa banafe menini ni nkobo ba kumienu bi ansa na afi ya to aye dwumadi no eso bema akwa aba
yeah
na pom te say street no so te say
And no obi refer me Ken the quotation ba could be.
Okay.
Or say I don't talk to please.
Okay.
I talk to fix.
Oh, okay.
And I say wow. And I say
me nkasa me so nipa ni.
Debi.
Na mo me kasa se bibi be fi mu aba.
Nti ono ni nyo bi a sebim prayers a oba be ye se me be ka we ama na ye we de. Na mum ni obeka ama problem asolve ana se bia e wo se eye no esie and na street na ato ye trimen no ache se ye di ho abobo a very very deep message. Okay. And seriously ye mu bi say no so no ye sua sa asem na wo kan ye no. In life you don't always need to talk to please.
Okay.
But make sure say you talk to fix.
You talk
sometimes
to fix.
Oh fix ya there no.
And they kind talk na do no.
Talk na do.
Okay.
So what I say oh can na say oh yen enyo bi fair. But at the end of the day you see the end justifies the means, chairman.
All right. Me da say it says we bobo ai ho na yakodi bronya. You run next week wa bronya na edru mu no na it says so Ghana utimu sem frama na e bo no. Gojo mo mara na mu ohye.
Won say I dey no en Wednesday. En na ye di bronya ho komo say no because oye sure pa say afi we Yesu also oma.
Na ofa kroma hu say bronya pampan bi wo ho de. I gone are the days in those days when we were kids somewhere early 80s no mo eba no. Bronya drew say yankasa bre obo say frama na sesa na wiem I say dry ho bi na hamatan ba ne ade for once and I think December 20th or so but we've not seen that.
One thing about Ghana so bronya for the past ever say 10 years am observing maybe ni no who say bronya ni bedu a obi aka say o sika ni ho bronya e de enye den so through bronya day no 25th 26th na baby nipa be pie ananse baby bibi be free be a ebe ma bronya na manfo adi ni sane wozo mu di no wanka say enya Ghana fo no mu sika ni o man mu na o man ma ye den ni we say I say na aka yesua no tete no I mean o hwe bronya na say bronya ba at least akukonam bia obewe kra na yi
anja sa tam ni enya akukon ye nta anwe akukọ ye nta nimu
enti so bo ba kwa de bia me de boje ekufo se de ekufo na magana bronya nye de bi
sao aso bi etimi wibi
me da se on say before time how be yes our poultry ni we say no and ma akukonam be bu ye
na pa say
no be ye check na
akukonam na me say kane no bronya ba say no na obenya koku ni fanta anumu hey
kufu na say bronya o ma kokoni be bu ye ma be bia fried rice nanka woni ho say me say 98 and I said 96 who di fried rice na your birthday ana who did it
ukudi ukunya no wa money still kura kusia da so kura da ya semsebe abusuafo we dey ye dey tete ho ye dey release tension kakra say kromo e hye kakra wo say frama no mu onwu no but utimu say amanfo nso so enhye da ehunu no ma so yi kwadwa bi say ye ba Kennedy ohene Agyapong na so ye na na no na lawyer Adwoa Safo ene lawyer Atachia wo mu nyina no support one of the aspiring candidates eden sem bi betu dwapoto ede fa Kennedy ohene Agyapong am say yen ya ye body chidom de ye betumi a yafam de bia amamfo ehunu say propaganda ena omo especially lawyer Adwoa Safo de no crowd de go into favor of Kennedy ohene Agyapong aye crowd you to shira na one of the guys am fan say when it comes to Kennedy Agyapong o ka so mfa the team to ho crowd no a obetumi de niti ato honom e de ama Kennedy Agyapong yera Alex Tete am say right after that wa be kan sembi afa Adwoa Safo ho ni attach ya ho abobom panimfo bi din ene ade a assembly beto odwane nsam no eni enya kakra. I just don't want to play the video on our screens but minister dodo no ate ho asem ama okasa wi ade chen ya na kan campaign team issue statement say enye ye de suma no dey disassociate yourself from there ye hwe na fami nu ansa na ya ba asemi so ede na kasa che delegate efa Kennedy ohene Agyapong ekwen ofa so ye ne nuoma ho ene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne nkrofo efa so a da bia umudi Kennedy Agyapong atem direct enye say bi kra ye indirect to direct insult ye bonidi ne ye dinatem ne akahwe from be bosome be enum ne nsia ne no ye wura no campaign team ma abonten kra me bo wa emfamfa ususu say Yera Kennedy Japan should have emulate what Bawumia has been doing. Say, Nkrofo dinatem, now I keep it silent. Na, we empo die, I emphasize Adwoa Safo die, and kai sebi ni dwede dada. Enti say, ono so akoda file defense na nke hu be hia, say ye be distance ye from that statement. Alex Tetem feel say walking in the defense of Kennedy Agyapong NT campaign team no betray no and now say that was the right thing to be done as a good leader. I don't know if you get the question well.
Me tell say pa chairman me da CP me mini kan chia ahwefo nyina na on say with near is see over the past week concerning in some more lawyer Adwoa Safo kai and the attach and Alex Tete a former MP, Babe Kasa, be defending Japan. You see, it didn't take long for the team, the campaign team, to come out and then issue a message. Yeah. In as much as said, and some more, Penyufono di kind, a far Kennedy, not in Chay, not in Yansampa. What I say? Yeah. And some are a good hoofing, a delegate, Wabrana, and a banisa. And I said, Casabin Predators are all politics. All right. Oh, can't be once and Casabana can company and no crampo dia and Kenyading. However, since some now canon and yet no crack. A calculated attempt, say Nipan and be good Nipan hoofing, and I will yes, I to sad among there. Is very, very unfortunate. Into any pushy, honorable Alex Tete, and more also bad to the defense of Kennedy Japan. However, the campaign team near actually be say in as much as say, flag bearership, in as much as say, Kennedy person will lead the party in this coming election 2028 elections. We shouldn't do it acrimoniously. Okay. And you say send a better tea and term and I say Obiaka Kasafin and Yafe Nanka ye share any moon say and can candidates now one Adwoa Safo attach among Etanechi and no more Casamano and Kobeba Ababekas oh in somewhat Machita for Ikaye. Efa minua Kennedy hono enyefe ntinka seven periods omontwen san na say omontwe omon free sa nsem na omokan no nanka enkoye nsem na hobi emmo mo hwese say oh sa kasa na kasa ye expect e was elections we say na ye kono they didn't do it but in as much as Bawumia team no anya sa no no stop Kennedy Japan campaign team say omo no be the right thing. Okay, you see it shows you the difference between the two candidates. Okay, individually and now as a team. Okay, there's a difference between Dr. Bawumia and the clear difference between Kennedy Japan. Seven Predators say ban say you through fire pa Dr. Bawumia to be through fire and change in Japan. Okay, so what I say, all right, on only then a boot for Charlie what anyway say there be second cast of hit but you see we have reached a point in time one you say enyeme bi ne kasa bi ne intitimu bi kra ka ho na ma party near bar opposition you lose so badly in 2024 it is going forward no enya say opeso win flag bearer no nko ahun e was say u trainee we chita for u trainee party for oye nhweso de e de ma party no se ne be ya I mean, Obia Behu said, Kasa bi wo hono ma ye kan ya enu nti kwampo na 2024 ebi man to abanye de ama ye. It who as a leader na se wachita for kan sembi. Na se san sem no mo kan no entwe ye no a enko ye no. If you cannot call them to order and you fail to call them to order, then it shows the type of leader oye dey oye. Okay. Now, young farmer Kennedy come quickly. Kennedy camp no announce campaign team no eba bonten ebe issue statement condemning in someone honorable as set a kan ye no though na answer nanka a favor Kennedy Japan but enye say who be defend Ken and then you come out in a certain manner ebia portray the true nature of the Ken campaign team. It's what the campaign team did no. Yes, one thing so I say then is Honorable Alestete does not feel betrayed. Okay. He has accepted it in good faith, right. And he has admitted say not a senator, not a yaw because in same be omo keka fa Kennedy hono seven prayers are odo obi na so nam na so kote say obi kan ho sem bia ahekwa abero wata de kwa to atwade so betumi a so what you say but eno na chill say Kennedy any the team no sabi in as much as some person or person flag bearer crampo and as a person win is a flag bearership election in January crampo no yen no basa and as yen to na mo bia e kire no e dem papa mu e beba party no e de yawdie any ahufin ebeba party no.
You see, as you are speaking here, no, oko your YouTube page on ma, already a friend Ahmed Eko or the statement be to draw on now share message or the to journalize more or less like what we are saying, also for to Bawumia, but o share kasa ifiri na numu aba, minti mikra kind and chira and you could see say. These are the people in their mindset. They have decided, say, they will go it raw against Kennedy or Agyapong. None of Kennedy or Japan supporter and be to me a bin and wakasa ansem no after Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Exactly.
And so you see, say, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, I have fun why you did on count. Difference in one. What lessons do we have to learn out of this?
You see, your penimubia otifie na se 7 periasa ne ma eko eba. Omokoba no mo de abre no. Omokoba no mo de abre no so age or de atuye. But omusa se na me bei okwa ene odi we ba ochino di we ba no onya ne he obusa akire. Obi won ma omusa akire. Ni se bi one ba no ko bokro no kura no a. Not the brand on the wide wasum, but you will obisu or honoma. So on any batifi, only face any bay. On come, I feel all of a sudden, maybe an ebana talk by basifi, but all miss a japa pebia babies. I say, eh, not we unyane he. Obi or honoma, musa, and the show of a basse bonnet for what I say, no, be on sending babone. Now, in some course of our Dr. Bawumia camp, Nechita for a cancer be 2 and a mobia and some fata. Then the man goes moom on it. You understand? And Ojano one you because a favor and answer omu go be hoofing a mount and until you decide not to talk about it. It shows clearly, so we are that opportunistic leader. We will be at a command say a bonny quine so say and funny quine mukrampuna. You don't care. It's just all about say we winning election.
So no nanra na me ya analysis be say Muslimunia say be ukra ni gidie mu na o machiwade pa eni ba ko ne abosonson ne apetachi insanden na because of president inti utimi kotena busumfie ro ne mpaboa me egu sebe bosonso nsan wo nanim tande nyanya gu ne komu kanche de ne ti akonwa so. That means the whole can as an opportunist no when it comes with him to become the president no it is exactly like that because we know attest to the fact or confirm what you are saying.
Exactly. You see, it's all about say obey winning election. So or Tony values be branded. He doesn't care. He's throwing caution to the wind. But you see, any child nipa should be any type of nipa a will be say.
All right.
Obi on no ma oye ne den. Right? Nia was say oye and I said nia esefata say oye nkwa no beye. Any opekura twanity.
Okay.
So no kra na was waka and I said ni gidie and I said nia ogidi no no be so a on oye kendinia and you say could one no ball for hand and now they would so and I said could one no ball echimi and now they would so there be a drew baby I was so stand on grounds I was so maintaining principles and they can say oh, a man of principle.
Okay.
In as much as say opes or ye man penini and no say some crampo now was some no crown 7 prayer say a drew baby to na mu no way. So what I say, enti obia sabi odwene deep and I said odwene nsem ho kwa akiri bia no ebe hu say ade papa ye die eye crocodile de John chairman ti hey yo
okay
e basa na kwa say eye crocodile de John ye nimpa say wo na ade we na ye o ye no unimu gidie ade we na wo ko ya abusumfi a wo ko ye twa yi gu na ase ne we no enye wo gidie no no na so opese onya 2 minutes no ene wo se oni omo be hwe abom wa bra enye no kre nti bo se afi obenya 2 minutes wie afi onya 2 minutes wie a na sa ne ma na okoye ye na obinya ne mu gidie se we de okan ho na afi obetwe ne ho afi sa ne ma no na trust.
Okay, enti eno ba wasem na wo kan about trust.
Yes.
Okay.
What you say not trust ne wom na de ayira. Ade ne manipa ne hunu se o me de say na metie.
Okay.
Sabin prayer asa me de o ma me ensaden a me ntumi nom me nom ensaden anase se be pere say me nom cigarette right enti no nche say me pese me wi ni abatu nti no me kokoduru ba bia na ne wo say me gi cigarette e de shema no etwe anase me je ensaden enom abra me chiro me say o ensaden de me srem a me ntumi enye de ennom obi a ope no kre bia no ebete wase me kai 2008 the be American say message chairman for Professor Kunfiamia constituency. Okay. Right? Now that time no only Alex chairman and na assign contest.
Me constituency. Techima North.
Yes. Na me kai say ye be to aba no hono Ambrose Dairy honorable oba Techima North be kan ho me ye campaign bi ba na eye me fepam. Okay. Hoba no na on the track Kia ni bi. Na enkraman wo. Enna omasan age aka ho gallon pito aka ho. Okay. That was the first time cry me who says Techima of ye bo share no with wenchi. Yes. Ekofa boku ho baby. E di rich ho baby. But that day na ho na ekọ share campaign ase. Na ye kono nkrase na ho ni nyina na dodo na ye srimfo ne ade. Okay. Enna on Ambrose there is srim ni. Yeah. Baby eduru ye bia no ye duru ho no man na ye ni o medi nkoma na waja kraman ni bi wo ho na waja pito kakra na waka chom say ye kwa ba ye koya ko ho ni nyina ye dagare fo no inti ye sai ba back inti ye ba no na o ma eduma ye nam na wie ni ade ye oje nkwan no oje nam no na waju pito kakra inti ho kwa na yesu ase pito no tumi di bopo say o tumi say pow what you say no nkyere say me nwe nam ni bida okay omode ma make say we dey minimore ampa so mo nimwe no omogere of course enti no no nche say bia o tan no ana say nia wugidie no gina pintin okay wow enti nya say bia wo petumi eno kire your integrity and no so a lead on trust so what I say I feel nipa no onim say oh keke dan kwa de ono no enam we anasa de we no on ka ho enti no da enko forward bia no obehu say men ka ho a enya na nwanwa because from day one me mani hu say ne me ye de metie enti say che no obeye wo ho say o de ofoa we so oni we fo na ebo oni we fo na hwebom na afi obenya tumi ni wie na oba betwe wo ho free ho a ene de beba sa 39% no.
All right, here Keke Dankwa and yete ne nkano aha Globe TV so Get Connected TV e wo YouTube. Mesro say what do comments e be fa honom e de aba e Get Connected. Get Connected. Unya ko ho pe o subscribe ya wa be Connected ebusua no ho. Bibia fa Kennedy ohene Agyapong e ho officially ubenya access to them. Na ena ye bedin komo afa ye Gideon Boakon nsem bi ode atwa na kwadwo mema wakwa akutie bi wono ankasa ni susudua obi a ohuni se wo se obeye president na me bisa say obi a wo ye career politician and a businessman politician kwadwo which one will you go for?
Over the years and history so actually said the best leaders even in Europe have always been business led politicians.
So okay say former running mate to your friend is saying Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Yera Napo.
Yes.
So te so ka say the man Italy Italy mamen kana sa.
Yes.
Italy no sana ne yebono enda na professor bi Italy ma Italy be Italy Silvio Berlusconi yes enti enam so kwa mo de Kennedy o hina Japan to won say o ye Ghana Silvio Berlusconi
yes
enti ena de ba ne say ena Dr. Gideon Boakon e kasa ansemu yi mo ma yinkotie kakra
na ekoba se yemma obi enye omampanyine dia yentimi mfa ade ba akopɛ anase mienu pɛ ensusu nipa otiba be omampanyine sabe Ghana ha ye kan ye wa mampanimfo bi a omabɔ mo homodin pa enyina ye kan asɛm a na ye bɔ wondin but ye nim sa sankrofo no mo ye business tycoons pa jote me china se osaje fo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah wote ne so a na wa sɔre me nim adwuma a Kwame Nkrumah bɛbɔ brawo wiase ma ye se obi ye anti Kwame Nkrumah company na enie bra na o meye omampani no minim What you mention? I say President Rollins. Na minimum adwuma ya say Rollins be or businessman. Afan Crawford adwuma how you say. Sabe impredia President Kufuor kra de ono de na minim say or brick factory bi e Kumasi hoba bi anase bibi but na wonye obi a fan say you can Ghana business moguls waka ho same cannot be said of Akufo-Addo same Mahama minim adwuma bi a say Mahama ebie wo guarantee enye adwuma obi abie ana kire say obitima abeyo mampanyini anaso abeyo mampanyini so baye na adwuma ebu da bi enye sa na tie name mampanyini die no a combination of so many things. One, nimdie mapa, ane sebe buo tema ye wodi manipa. You see, leadership ankasa no. Human relations a key at the center. Na meka human relations say nipa because say can say oh your president na when nya ahobrase say nipa atwa ho ahye ni nyina nyansa obi atrim na wo ye ho say me de me na me ye president kra no me hwe me na me timi ye madwuma nyo na betumi fu be ho a obefeli bebre onkrofo no kra be sit back ye kan na wo ka say adan Bawumia kan say na yamfa anase say ne yanyese every nation here omampanyina or respect the opinions of people ba o tie nipa asem. Okay, and it say, oh, by your man penny, you be your man penny, you can see a new beer. On yen who say, what bonny brewery when yan who we. And also, or no dear, or no, the life of Wally Digna, who say, or your king dada. Inti untimin tunufo, and it's uncle Nibano. Now, and no crown a beer. So what baby and you might be penya, will tell you a bit my sin to the yama, main casas be a sanity to about 10 years, a bit my sin to the yama because. Oh, private company. Now you CEO, now you owner. Oh, the all kind of year juma boss. Oh, bar the all kind of another workers. Workers no come through. Say when you're successful, I was habia in a year. But so why should now decide to buy now but na kunya so say man panyina. E be ye was say na we see command or workers e wo juma mu no. Sa na say o command o cabinet. And as sa na say o command Ghana for. Inti Ghana for cancer be na wa hwe na akoye who born dog me kase ya only say no why so ba be kase ya only Ghana for nti
but sa command na boa amana is successful. Don't you think say we implement and I say we incorporate
see so you careful
in another side and be successful
normal etima will be successful e want a private business no enye open enye nsem ni nyina na ohunu
okay
ene nyina so na wo do aso ye den ete did the bit mama will be a successful e won adwum na ankra adwuma mu de yakom e masa amfa so no eba no we need to know anya sa obey mistakes bebre ntina meka say yes ebi so na anya wonfum so but wa bia adwuma na wa fa nkrofo adwuma hey boss oh yeah so obi a ye be hoahoa oh ntibia na okra na anya wosuban say oye kabian kabi ba sele ha de sele adwumafo no si hoahoa woni ade no over time no abayo so sa de se obi a treat me
it before team
sabi yes asetena pa e ma refi and power also corrupts nti me fa otim kwama team yo de say masa na me politics na me buy anka wo say no aso be kasa mani mu rofro me come adwuma mu a workers 3000 me dru ya na obi e boni mu ase me ye sofo me dru ya pepa me mpaboa ho na ma be politics aka me be ye nti na nipa ye nipa nti wa hwe ya etimi say no ma bi na omampani di no ehia botra broso look obetima wonim die ni nyina akora no look uni abotra enye yi because obetin samwa akoya jira wani ma kasa asema che upa de enye politics anka masa o commande ba ko anka no oda ba bi kura dada ba san so abaye o mampanyine ntino se o home enoma no so wa share o minister bi se onya ade de o ka se onye no minister ne nimpefe se the president ka no me ya emwa eye wrong but e bi a futu bi a president enya ene wono nso nim dia wono fi sa chenchina ache no na beye de ebeboa esese wutimi nya minister bi obinya akokoduro agina woni maka so Mr President waka we de but yenye se unye obi a nipa no hu ne se o ka wo betia enye adwuma because me hu bibi mre bi atwema opani bi da suban bi adia emma nipa ehye na se nyina hu se asoma se de mesro ade jani sa me nkoka wo because na no asoma se challenge no sema obi na no oka kire no to se na mahu aye den ato obi aso nti ebasa na bibi a wo ye bia echia kra na wo nya wo nkrofo mo nka nkire nti akoma ehia pa yie so benya akoma yedi betie dipa na onyo ho se wo bro nipa so na onyo ho se because of life bi a wo boy in private life a wa ye obi bi awie dedenti no obi antimi keka bibi ankyerɛ ebasa you be put in a collision with
eti ebusuafo anya brepa ati Dr. Gideon Buakon or special aid to our former flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia who seek for re-elections and our day and semi way about to dwa obi obeye mampanin one was a say ni pano asemo oyo obi a omobra o say obo bra bibiri o say omo mabeye president of Ghana nyina no obi amobra da obi ami adwuma da obi anya yintin en fa obi a wa bi adwuma abobra ewo na adwuma wo workers why successful in his business for 30 years that be because I was saying you be obra no ho ase na woni hwe okasa ni minister kra betimi atia no aka kire ne say Mr. President we dey wa council menye just say no endorse pa o see we president ni say we be a we command aha enti keke
chairman
what yi kasatwie yi a wo kekan yi a wantimi amodo no nanim anu obobo nchenchen yi ne ba bi o dey fay. What is your general perspective and san am yan kasa me bullet pointer my ye yi ne maba ho
ushia nipa eya na utumi hwe obi na bi ade bi asusu no and by just his mere physiognomy like nanim dua na se nipa dua no o hwa utumi the way susu no sometimes
the facial expression
sometimes no utumi the bibi susu obi so na ebia woni nipa de din kita ho utumi se no entisa
okay
but utumi the bibi susu obi na se o nipa no so nkasa ye mu ne ye mu no ekoye sa pepepa na ka se manka
okay
you see papa yo kasa ye nipa mukasa bi sei no Honorable Gideon Buakon enna ema Ghana fo bi ebufu
okay
you see in some waka no ehye nipa bufu you see san nsem bi sei na say temamai fo bi nom tia na omo sorry boom na omo tia street so sa kasa we say no sabi to be honest eni say obi akwa bobio mo radio so and na TV so very 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 unfortunate statements there na all kind sabi politics ejuma
okay
you come to serve the people
okay
you understand enti wo no say oba be ka say president bi ani ono mu a na oye adwuma na e wo say oye career politician are you serious there na wonim met me man US presidents be 6 as 8 wo mitim ke kamekaya no bia ye na dwuma dada ansa na oba be president George Bush no oil man no ne papa so ye oil man Texas Rangers e ne ba ne dia George Bush Jr. dia Harry Truman J.H. Herbert Hoover mo ono be businessman me person be Donald Trump so no kan put there you be anim say
now Donald Trump say level of the America ko no ho me say by the time we are speaking about the America duro no
it is so unfortunate. So better na TV so now we're exposing to this level and MP for that matter. Now you come out so ignoramusly. Now ababeki can send be one man. To be honest with you, look. Amaya Ghana, sisi ati my for the citizens no. NJ politicians in the announce MP politics kwampa mo pay tie bi no. Eye omoa 7 preduasa. Osisu wo wiase no. Onya hweda. Politics no we di nwa ma ne mfunu nyina ye kutukutu no de TV so e na wo kasa those people no e na ya na mate my phone me say we adwuma ben na oye a onya ska se nya aban mu ana se nya politics na oya na politics no 7 predators aye adwuma What you saying? Do we go into it to make profit? How do they earn their money? How do they earn their living? You see, and the money pay be my journey say, politicians no omudi esika.
That's the point.
That's the point you're making to us. Unko ye adwuma bia on do politics na. Intisanka wo na yese bra na besom no. What for ho dia ye say tam. Sa papa we no Dr. Bawumia Kasamafo. Ogusu kwa ne Kasamafo. Odinachi Ompa Gideon Bwako, as youth organizer for Ashanti region.
Me mo ni page kakra entro. You see, Ebra mi hu say Dr. Gideon Bwako jai ne dibra o diwo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Chibra no ye vice president. Ebe ye flag bearer. Ekopre mra shebe dwa akonwa no na hu say.
Yes.
We hu say.
Yes.
Dr. Bawumia Belusu.
Of course.
Because we are vice president, special aid.
Yes.
This vice president is vying for president.
It's a cow crowd here.
And Kawudia, and Nisan Kawuja in the Chidiko Bibia, and Kawuna was so bony chidom, a Jeff for Muntian Yepa. These people are Keke, opportunistic people. So, we are vice president, special aid. Position ben pa the chance our position or say president intina Dr. Gideon Bwako nim say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia beba be president na wono watimi abeye even chief of staff Esram ko beja akopre MP
nka onko pre free da prempa konya
me say ko be ko akopre MP
onko pre
such people such personalities eba bonten be ka kire mo say ya na even crab show o master air president wo na was oboa no we jana to ho and wa be sit no north air campaign for wow personal interest. That means that you don't even have trust, faith in the man that you were preaching for us to accept. I don't know, KK, if I'm not making sense.
Last week, we had the same thing. Last week, I said, look, battle now, there are certain people who don't even believe in that battle. Yes, they want to lead us into that battle. The very battle which you don't have the belief, say we are going to win that battle. Then you want to lead us into that battle. Example, Gideon Bwako. I mean, clearly, we are vice president, spokesperson. After Papa ne call for president, then you leave that position, you abandon ship, and then you take cover. I mean, quickly, on one who said, I didn't enquire. So he took cover. MP, the seven president, he said, Bawumia, you understand? These are the kind of people. Now they tell some of them go back to some no company now, okay, can say president there. You should be the type of person. Say, okay, assembly will be. I will say to me, Nipanos to me catch us, so we be a waka, name me fa, and our come in. What type of president does that? So who your leader?
You can leader. Could you leader? And then a leader. Oh yeah. No one is what was na wa mom one ho obi aba no body trinko obi I say now. I don't know. Gideon Bwako can I seem not to understand.
You see, chairman, Medineboni channel. Okay. You understand? And a sima kuma musisi I say you find the bonnet. What in the bonnet channel in terms of Sadia? Me perceive a dream not a tear for who's as now or come. Medineboni channel in terms say or the nani a share a sea will be so. Oh, yeah, and or can in some pottle and a wogun when he must. Okay, but I say he focused on Ken into so the can same Biafra Ken. I'm a good Ken who fee. But when you say in doing that, no, why expose you on one casano? Okay, so what I say, I say Adwoa ostrich or one of the tear share and you are money so I no, but when you say the body the body because the thing.
The main title path for minor bambo any jumedie bia my friend say
is the commander in chief.
Sisubiu
the commander in chief.
The commander in chief.
The first gentleman of the nation.
Naturally say ninsusuye final. That is why Omana entrusted that position into his hands.
And the commander is a commander.
A commander is a commander. If you catch him say commander won't mean command. Gideon Bwako say any say ultimate command we president won shenipa e ma ye nyaade then What kind of president is this?
That is why even at the presidency, the president has issued a directive. The president has issued a directive. You be issued directive. A direct. What our director says? It's an order. When he says president should be somebody or can't say my was so to me catch and say what can so mean? I mean, Gideon, honestly, me MPP, he's my MP. I respect him a lot. Meaning Gideon way back. No, Ashanti region, Obey original youth organizer. That time, Gideon was a fine young man. Tescon who did the from KNUST and the other. But you see, and that's same on one kasa kind, I want a statement making him say power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So I think say Gideon was Gideon and minimum Gideon Boakwa near Nimno was set to the extent say Gideon Pabet na TV so can answer me say Dr. Moi PhD. Oh, you told them good title anymore. Masa, good title anymore say.
I say a president cannot be associated with one thing. Until now, he was trying to indirectly say, yes, Kennedy Agyapong a businessman. It means that we are associating only business to Kennedy Agyapong. My question is, Dr. Bawumia, dear partner, they are associating with any economy as an economist.
Aye.
Apart from that, Eddie Buna or non so editor who has a niche.
You see, Asema or Kayano, and then there will be some CCR. I treat my called Jerry Rawlings, the late former president, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. Jerry Rawlings career interview. And the Busano, how he intends to govern the nation. Or catch a new interview and say, I'm a military man.
Okay.
My field is security. If the security of the state fails, put the blame on me.
Thank you.
Because that is my field.
That's my field.
But when food is not at the market, blame Ibrahim Mahama. He's the Minister for Agriculture. When the economy is bad, blame Kwesi Boche. Or can you play them? That's not a military man. What he knows is how to lead the nation and the security of the nation.
Mamma scenario be a Bible. Only Moses.
Yeah.
A brand Yankopon be fana koi Israel for no free Egypt no. Okoshi emura na ijane senwa eni bi free mu baye. First point to bisa no bisa say e die ni kura wo nsam yi. E na o se poma. O se fato. O de to na ada na wo. O se sanfa. On sa poma na kura Moses no. E won nsam e hye ni nsam no de kan nwan so de koba de fro be poni ye bibia. Una sa poma na no de pipe kokko mu.
Okay.
What was that the answer? Sapo makro no ano. Ebra na epo no abeye kakraka da ho ado munya baabi mfa no. Eno no otene hwe so a epo no mu baaye.
Okay.
Sapo makro no a ena bra omunya nsuo num no. Ode bob bom ema nsuo pie firi mu baaye. Sapo makro no a ena ode bob Jordan mu ma ne da ne boja.
Yes.
You get it. So the kura wo nsem de we expect in it no. And no na wasa wo ye ho adwuma meso ba mfa so mo man. So don't take it on for ka say obi a businessman intinya no nko a na I don't even get it. And on here ministers.
And you see can enamo ye ne campaign. O mam ko gina ba bia ko ka say oba Boko Haram e was Sahara desert no so nyina obetu o masiw. And I say ono de oba obema Nigeria fo atu wo yila Ghana. Nia oye na oka o se obebie nyuma ne de no even in life ye school as a chairman wo school as a primary wo sua ne ma bebre sua life skills sua ne ma bebre afi won se wo ko wani mu ko do secondary school ye se wo be general arts and also be science na ye se ye pai mu o specialize ba wo ko do university ye se okay science na ye no emu de he na aba be fa wo be chemistry wo be physics wo be way and be medicine. What I say, even in medicine, cramponum, you will be a pediatrist. What specialize or and qualanquation. You will be on the answer of share a war and nay, you can say a pim for quam. You will be on the answer or yes, surgery. Surgery in the crane will be on a new
cardiologist in the
it going forward in life. Will be a specialize it. No, about the drew barco. Yes, shall say true, but oh, and the and not oh, potting now or specializing in whatever it is you want to do. Now Kennedy Agyapong, on only the or businessman, that is what the man is. And what you say business experience ne kutano no. Sabi say you to emano na se oba be ye man panini in 2028 ah. E ya de this experience be bia nyuma. Ama mabunu e wo Ghana. Ama obi o Ghana o pa adwuma ye bia no obenya adwuma ye. All kind of so kwampo no wan kan se akeke wasan kan wasan achem how a obeye no. All kan nyina no say approve. Until when you have issues with the way all in the campaign, at least the man has a message. Message ben or more maka no be diaba. Message ben campaign or mu na message ben and na we there to say and na we there to say and na Kennedy Agyapong you say and na you see Margaret Thatcher can say be also when they talk about me it means they have no message. The more and more come back in Japan, we sorry I know Betty Kennedy attempt, we sorry I know Kasafa Kennedy home, and what to say, no. It means a clearly money message. But Kennedy Agyapong ko baby Biana, he's in his own election, and he's even thinking about running the nation, even in delegate election time, Krampono. He's still envisaging, say he's going to do it, and then he's going to do it better. Na se moment na wana zo ka se de ade ba ko pena de bia waka asem ba ko pena de bia waka ana ade ba ko pena de bia ye de hye no so a enka yenya ne den ono no ne dia no and that is what he's going to do. Jerry Rawlings eba be president, he was a military man but onya asoafo nya apamfo omoka no ho ombu oman no se enka yenya nka Rawlings o ka asem na omo enfa anaso o ka asem no munti a enka how could he have run the nation? Kobede no arani o man no nti as a president ne de so waka say man panyini eduru ba bia o ka asem a obitumi ka che so waka enso me mfa de a that is the sign of a weak leader and that is the sign of somebody who to be man mayor president. In this case no or pa che say Dr. Bawumia is our president no a or ba be president and the
minister betimi
awok over him na o ka bi train the minister na minister betwa ka che say doctor we dey waka enso me mfa
not just say, I say we, Dr. Gideon Boak. In fact,
I'm not surprised. Into Shebi Bibio, it means that when Dr. Bawumia was the vice president, right? Na Akufo-Addo na ye president. Bawumia servo under Akufo-Addo. Enti Gideon Boak pese oche yen say. Emra na Akufo-Addo ye president no. O kan sembia ana omo a omudi achi no omanfa ana se omanye ana because
as a bibisa no person chire ye
good na oy eba so ana Dr. Bawumia so vice president it is said Dr. Bawumia eba achi eba be ka chire yen say ono de no vice president enye ona na okuta stia no a mo amususu na mo ka chire say president there was say obi oka asem obi tumi ka chire say debi menye. So did Bawumia ever advise the president or president in one for payana? And I said, was there even a time where seven predators and Bawumia to me Gina president and him a catcher president so president? I dear way I would say would they be dear. Said the seven predators and Adabraka, she signed and I say and yet into ye seven predators and Kufado yana. Nya all cannot clearly which means it is just a target say or more cancer egu. Kennedy who fear and I say almost say Kennedy keke and maybe or they can't answer no. But clearly speaking, so about the Senate TV so I be a president there. You should be so ye ubia o can someone I was so be to be when you catch say what can so many they mean yet and our castle fa. Ni who be that president Bena now how can you run a nation like that? Now say you be a piano be.
Yeah, I'm funny say assuming without admitting said the all canon impusa net here. You're a Kennedy Agyapong. What chair security and defense committee
of parliament.
Yes. Debut. Enti when to me a new woman.
Yes.
And shema bambonin shepa and cause we embrace be the film one.
Yes.
Anyi biawa koye board chairman. I'm a Ghana Gas.
Yes.
She anim default technocrats wo Ghana Gas. Wanu na wako di woman as their board chair. And in fact they came out to say second bar honomono changes in any amount the bar Ghana Gas
of course
and a more discipline any nyoma bebre eye adwuma wo no
nti say Adwoa papa say Adwoa papa
yes no ni na eye adwuma
of course into second form
you
understand he knows the man's leadership skills, he knows his leadership qualities, and this is the sign of a good leader. You see nipa bi mo no mo oma dwini nyina akwa akoye omo say obi a okasa ne boso obi a ohwese bibi besi obeye bibi obetu anamon bi anane obi a ne bu edu no ya na omuntumi mfa no so enti no omum pesa ankrofo no se ombeya kandifo look and it is true omum ye strict pa no anaso omum ani eden omum ontena ho ma wonfa no so ontena ho ma anye keta asehye ne project ade na wo ye no wo ye na se enye eba na nimu a aso ho asotwe wo so de ma no de be ma no eya na mpempi no nipa bebre no entime pe wo no masem enti enye mwanwa Gideon Boaku nim clearly said you can say Dr. Bawumia ba be president bi mu a sa keta asehye dwirim ene krono a MPP amemu atwa mu na no 2024 yi nia no e course a ye mu bi ne ye hunu o ne ye nimu o kopim se NDC ba ye ena nsem ni bi ye de APA that means meba Dr. Bawumia at the time obeye flag bearer of the party by MPP ye nhihye mu no the flag bearer of the party no becomes the leader of the party. Owotumi Kwampo chairman or national chairman of the party.
That was before they say yeah amendment. I'm talking
about the time, no. That time, 2024, no. He was the leader.
Yeah, he was the leader.
Absolutely.
Leader, yeah.
And you know the form on the campaign. Ono the choose ni bibia. Ono ne kase wen enko say ya ebekosi. Na me no ka atima. Now crofona no mudi wachi no ene aba beto dwase omumu bebre no kata se ne proye
ye de ayegere
wo mo that means time na e wa aban mu no na enyomo bone e koso
he couldn't take decisive decisions
what you say so you supervised over corruption you super odi enhwe han wo ye panin mu a oti na afie ma nkwala we
oh na girl bi a no ye adwuma wo ne office as one of his aides aba bontin aba be kan ye ma na e koso e wo ne officer no ontimi nkan wasem enti sa lady ni taught say your former flag bearer a weak leader onhu ni su leadership that ontimi ni Ghana anim she has said it several times on public notice.
You see sir amendment you come na wo kan no look you say coming events cast their shadows.
Okay,
now people think deep. Deep. And say the tactics because they know say Agyapong who will be the flag bearer.
Okay.
And you know the name be safeguards be atokwem. Prior in 2024 no the flag bearer of the party was the de facto leader of the party.
Yeah.
After almost any amendment. Sisi do flag bearer no but national chairman
is the leader of the party.
Almost will say Kennedy a flag bearer. The total control kuta Kennedy. It's a phenomenon Sambra. You see coming events cast their shadow. That may say some of the amendments no my no. And some of the changes no. They did those changes and amendments right to curtail Ken.
Not just I intentional be.
Of course. Na ya to aba then see until every year be ya to aba we are 2 years later prior to the general election and sana ya primaries. Primaries request started free form. Ya polling station. Ya ba
electoral national.
Ya dia kwa kwesi national. Afa the and sana ba be flag bearer. Ye for no kwawi. You can say MPs no MPs nya kwa poye dey. Ewie and say be flag bearer. It's a fair way there assembly dey was such a domasi. Such a jamasi atumpan ne. All of a sudden the system just over less than 12 months into election after elections no you see your babeko early primaries primaries na babeko no so you call presidential primaries you shall say free for more you shall say free straight
say ebasa ebenya leader will be defend the party no against the government na show nti dada na ya ya tobia ebeka 1 year na 2 years abre ya na defend the party na
and no can you win election you understand and no can you win election it is say me ba say if say sa no more can and I say important say be a flag bearer in term no nya time in term at the campaign year about 3 years the campaign year no the different party whatsoever they are saying and yeah what is good for the goose is also good for the gander in that same vein and I say in that same spirit constituencies are omuni MPs omo orphan constituencies no ene omo so no senke yeto
ye wie na na ke ato
ne ato no so ne yi MP candidate ne ntem ne no so ahya ase ntem
we so dey anya
ne sa I mean this is so hard. I don't know meaning but some of these things no do know why
I guess the relation now dey ba na very very
and you be one man yanya kwada you understand yanya kwada for them to be
but whether they like it or yes Kennedy Agyapong will be the flag bearer of our party and no dey also akasa ebebem nso ebeye adwuma abusuafo Glow TV ena wani gu so a wo hwe dwumadi ya to ne say get connected show ani nyina ne say wo se wo be connect wo ye delegate nko a unya delegate crack connect na boda upani bi kire obi a unim na oye delegate no nso en connect na emwana yenko the connected president Kennedy Agyapong nto aba wo bo na yenkofa kakramra ye ba ya mi bie phone lines na tum na afi mo messages a wodo nso mo de aba na no nso so makenkan na kama ora na sebi otwere nsi mu no Ahmed Ekwa emse penifo apepe free so na wo de to pakosa na ke ka won sem sa minim so wo hwe me because you can't send a message into wo hwe me pa na wo de to pa why all right yanko fire Kennedy Agyapong bro kokro constituency na only delegate edin komo so lovely you need to watch into yanko hemra
Crow, you are bold. If he said, with all the intimidation, Mujina Manem said, near Obetimi Abaye flag bearer, Obe winning election, 2024 day, Kennedy Agyapong. Enunti. Moso daye say ni obi abeka bia no muntie obeto ama Kennedy Agyapong medamase nyame hyiram omonse ma na this time the mama big votes I think it was 689 against 411 that's a lot of votes but this time I was saying mama 1,000 votes. If he said, I was saying you winning convincingly. No one who said, Adiano, you beat you home. If he said, the last time, a Juma Moye, a Sueni. Now this time, we are Obia Nyobia idiot. They said, Obia Nyobia. President in New York, Vice President in New York, Ministers in New York. CEOs in here, MCs in here. This is a Obia ebetie ni Ghana for eka na yakohwe ho atoaba ama Obia yedene ba Ghana for no ebeto aba ama no. Na so ochira wo ba soro dem ha osofo preacher ose momfa Kennedy Agyapong mra ukọ mosque malam say momfa Kennedy Agyapong mra uko jom Kennedy Agyapong, uko school Kennedy Agyapong, uko hospital Kennedy Agyapong, uti basim Kennedy Agyapong. Baby a ubefe biya Ghana for say Kennedy Agyapong. Enti baby eni epe. Si epe power dia Ghana for 18 million. Yani delegates ya 210,000. 210,000. Say yentia 18 million no ka. Near sa kofa obi a Ghana for empire. Maria yebesa opposition. The Muslim. This time there. Ehunahuna bi eni ho. Nti si etie Ghana for there. Ene okwa January 2026 31st number 1. Choboy, ewiase onipa bia wani monyam ene wo adwuma. Sa woni adwuma woni animonyam
Tenunti Yura Kennedy or Agyapong